What's up everyone, V here, and as you can see, bit of a different setup for this video. You can see me. Also, if I don't look at the camera, it's because where I should be looking is here, but this is like what I can see, and I want to see if I'm looking alright and how much time I've been recording. So if I keep not looking at it, it's because I want to look here, but I should be looking here. I'm not used to videos with like me on the camera, but I thought that'd be a bit more interesting than just looking at, because today I'm going to be doing a bit of a different review, because I'm going to be doing a movie review, and I thought, I've been wanting to do movie reviews for a while on the channel. I want to do like movie reviews, music, album reviews, stuff like that, but I haven't really got around to it. I was going to do it for Transformers 1, but I put it off too long, and then it just got to a point where it's been far too long. But I thought, since the new Captain America movie came out, and I thought, why not jump to a brave new world of reviews on the channel. Horridly cringe line there. But yeah, today I'm going to be reviewing Captain America Brave New World, the newest entry in the MCU. I don't know even where the hell I'm looking now. But yeah, here's Cap here. I don't know why I got the figures here for something. But yeah, I was like, you gotta like see me, because it's not gonna be fun just staring at like two figures just sitting there for like 10 minutes. Spoiler warning, I will probably, I'm 100%, I don't know why I said probably, I'm gonna 100% spoil stuff, but I might try to keep the beginning a bit spoiler free. Also, yeah, the setup scuffed. I'm like on the floor right now. You can see my guitar back here. This is my lamp that I use for the lighting. But anyway, to the movie at hand, Captain America Brave New World, the first entry in the new Captain America trilogy. I don't know if there's going to be a trilogy. I hope there is, because it's Anthony Mackie's first entry as Cap in the movie franchise. I really liked Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's not perfect. I feel as though we should have got the original version, but they were like, oh, COVID-19 happened, and this villain sucked, but like I feel like it really developed Sam's character. Zemo was great, John Walker was great, their dynamics were great, and I feel like it did really develop him into actually becoming Captain America. So we finally get to see him as Captain America, and I do think he does a phenomenal job. He's no Steve Rogers, but he isn't trying to be. He's his own thing, and I do think it works really well. And Anthony Mackie's very charismatic. I love seeing him in interviews and everything, so finally seeing him get the limelight is great. A little sad the movie's underperforming and maybe not doing the best, but I feel like the trailers were very misleading. They sold a certain character more than he actually appears in the movie. But yeah, I will agree, after coming out the movie, I think all the reviews for it have been kind of spot on. Like, it is very much the perfect 7 out of 10 movie. Like, not to give away what the score for this movie is, but, like, it plays it very safe, which I think works. I feel like they needed a movie like this, because there's been a lot of ups and downs. Whether or not, I've enjoyed a lot of the like Phase 4, Phase 5 stuff, but there have been a lot of things that aren't as liked, and there have been a lot of lows in the general consensus and media of the MCU, so I feel like we just needed a movie that was just a nice, fun time. Not phenomenal. This isn't going to be your favorite MCU movie. You're not going to come out of it like Guardians of the Galaxy or Deadpool or Endgame and being like, yo, this, or Winter Soldier, and this, you're being like, yo, this is cinema right here. But you're not gonna walk out of it like Love and Thunder and be like, I want my money back. But yeah, it's a perfect 7 out of 10 movie. It feels like a comfort movie. It feels like something you'd pop on the TV when you want to watch a movie, when you're like chilling and just want to pop on a movie, have a fun time, pop on a movie with like friends over or something, or had another thing I want to say. Or it definitely gives like, oh, you see it on TV, you'll put it on and watch it kind of movie, which I feel like I'm describing that as a good thing, but like it's like I'm not. I feel like when I describe it like that, I'm like berating it and dragging it down. But no, that's a good thing. It feels very like comforting. Like when I got out, I was like, I would honestly rewatch this, and like I do kind of want to rewatch it. It feels very much like I would say kind of like Far From Home, Homecoming. Maybe not as good as Homecoming, but like in the general sense that it feels like a very safe, fun, comfort movie. Winter Soldier, Iron Man 3, and Homecoming were that for me, but I can't really compare it to Winter Soldier because that's like a lot happens in that movie and it's regarded as one of the best ones. And I don't want to compare it to Iron Man 3 because I know a lot of people hate Iron Man 3, but I personally love it. But yeah, now I'm going to get into some spoiler territory. I keep like spoiler territory. The main plot focuses on Isaiah. Almost forgot his name. I'm horrible at remembering characters' names and plot details, so hopefully I explain it well. But you follow, like, Cap stopping, like, these people, like, getting this certain, like, adamantium. Oh, I remembered the detail. And they go to the White House, and Isaiah Bradley tries to kill President Ross, because he's president now. And you follow Sam and Falcon. I don't remember his name. Ramirez, I want to say. I might be completely wrong. They didn't. He was like a cameo in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I feel like his appearance in this film, I will say, they kind of played it like you already knew him, but you really don't. So, although I think he played off Sam really well. But you follow those two trying to uncover why Isaiah tried to kill President Ross, while Ross is also dealing with, like, the political turmoil being president and trying to, like, gather all the nations because Tiamat, I think that's his name, like, from Eternals, they're trying to, because he's made of adamantium, and they're trying to be, like, equally spread it, or, like, get a consensus through all the world leaders on how they're gonna distribute it and use it. And I feel like, again, not the most out there plot, but it was very funny. You got Cap going to a bunch of different locations. You got some nice touches of political commentary. And just, I thought it's fun. And I will say, though, it's like, how the hell do we have almost every single character from the original Hulk movie in here, but we somehow don't have a Hulk cameo? Like, what the hell? Because the leader is back in this movie. First time appearing since 2008. And, I don't know if you know this, because I don't know why, but I'm a huge Hulk glazer. I loved that original movie whenever I was little. Loved Hulk whenever I was little. So seeing the leader back was really cool, and his appearance, I will say, tripped me out at first, because I saw that one concept art, and I was like, oh my god, he's comic accurate. So when you see him in the movie, he's got, like, this meshed brain thing going on, which, whenever I saw pictures, because I sadly got it spoiled to me on Instagram, like everything, I was like, oh no, they ruined him. But honestly, it didn't bother me as much while watching the film. And I thought he was a really fun villain. He might kind of fall into the stereotypical super smart villain. He's got all these different plans, but I like how he's kind of like Zemo, where his plan does work in the end. He does ruin Ross's whole, like life, gets him to Hulk out. And I thought it was really fun, because I was wondering how they're going to do Red Hulk. Is Ross going to already be Red Hulk? Or is he going to get turned into Red Hulk? But I like the way they did it, where he has those pills that's supposedly stopping him from dying, but are actually turning him into a Hulk, which I thought was really cool and really nice little twist on what I expected. And yeah, I think the leader was pretty solid. You know, he wasn't phenomenal, and I would have loved to see him in a more Hulk-related movie, but as much as I do love Mark Ruffalo as Hulk, they have not used him as well, and I would like to get some more proper usage because I love Mark Ruffalo, and I love Ruffalo Hulk. And I do love Smart Hulk, but I do feel like we need a Hulk, a hulking Hulk. And seeing Red Hulk go rampaging through the White House in DC, I was like, this is what I've missed, bro. But yeah, let's just get to it. Red Hulk, phenomenal. The best part of the movie. Like, 7 out of 10 from beginning to that final moment. But then the second you turn into Hulk, or Red Hulk, 10 out of 10. That was absolute cinema right there. That was 100% worth the entry. It was a little brief moment, probably like 5 minutes of Red Hulk. Not a whole lot of him. But what we got was amazing and just, was enough for me to be happy. The biggest downfall for this movie, though, I will say, was the marketing. They marketed the hell out of Red Hulk being in this movie. I feel like every trailer was just every scene with Red Hulk. So when you go into it and find out that Red Hulk's not in the movie till like the last 20 minutes, I do understand why people are like disappointed, but I still thought it was fun. I also kind of liked some of the cinematography. I like that they're getting better with the color grading because that's my biggest thing. I'm one of those guys that just has a huge problem with color grading. So seeing newer entries have color and not just be flat and gray, like the Infinity Saga, is really great. And there were a lot of fun little camera angles that they used in this movie. Very much made it feel like a spy movie type of vibe. But yeah, I don't really have too many huge complaints. Again, you can kind of guess some of the plot details. Not very like, whoa, didn't expect this. Although I will say the Red Hulk stuff was tripping me out, and I gotta say, in the end, I really felt bad. Like, when he did finally turn into Red Hulk, I was like, why do I kind of wish he wasn't turning into Red Hulk? I felt genuinely bad that Ross turned into Red Hulk, because I was like, he finally got everything together, he finally got his daughter to talk to him and everything, and it low-key broke my heart seeing him, like, Hulk out, but that was great. That was so great. I loved just seeing a giant red CGI Hulk. And the CGI, too, was actually pretty solid in this movie. Because I know a lot of post-Endgame CGI has been pretty dodgy because they've just been throwing out so many projects. But I do feel like the CGI was really solid. Red Hulk looked great. The only thing that really took me out of the movie was in the end when he's talking to him. You probably saw some pics of it, but like when you pan down to the angle of Sam at the lower angle, it looks very green screened, I will say. And I feel like that might have been a reshoot that they slid in there because it took me out of it, and I hated that. I feel like they could have done a bit better, especially in such an emotional moment. Like, it definitely looked really odd. But rather than that, I think the effects were really solid. Especially for when you're at, like, Tiamat. I'm probably saying his name wrong. But the Celestial. And that whole moment I thought was... That was another really fun moment. And another thing that I do really like about Sam Cap is that you do get more fun, different dynamics with the fight scenes because he's got the wings, he's flying around, he's got the vibranium stuff. So you get a lot more fun, like, action with him in the movie. And I think the fight scenes were pretty good. They weren't anything to like rave about, but their fight scenes, they served their purpose. And I feel like he did get to utilize a lot of his kit, which was fun. Another thing that really took me on the movie was in the beginning when he flies down. You probably saw it in the trailer, and then he just lands. I'm like, come on, dude. You would have. Your ankles are broken. Your legs are broken. You should have slowed down a bit. But other than that, again, I liked it. I liked the little Bucky cameo. That was nice. The characters were really fun. I think they did everyone really well. Ross was great. His sidekick. I want to say I feel like it had an R, but I think he was really fun, and I like the parallel that they had with him and Falcon, kind of mirroring Tony and War Machine in Civil War. And I was hoping he was gonna like bring that up when he was talking about how, like, he's giving that speech about how, you know, it's not perfect, and how he was being too perfect and everything because he had to live up to this idea that he had to be. I thought he was gonna bring in how like him being too perfect and too timed well led to something like this happening to someone else, and now he knows what it was like for Tony to go through it. But they didn't. But you know, I still like that they kind of mirrored that scene, which was nice. So yeah, I've been yapping a lot, but that's kind of what these reviews I want to be. I just want to have a little outlet to yap about the movies. But overall, again, I will say I did enjoy it. It's definitely a really fun movie, and I definitely see myself rewatching it in the future. And again, like, even though it's nothing phenomenal, it's nothing egregious. It doesn't, like, ruin any characters or, like... Because, like, I like Multiverse of Madness. Hot take, it's another one that I think is just a fun movie to pop on. But I will say, feel like they kind of massacred Wanda's character. And I feel like a lot of the lines were kind of dumb and cringe. Like, Illuma Wuddy? What the hell was that line? But this one, even though, again, a complaint could be it plays it too safe, but at the same time, I feel like that's kind of what we needed. A movie that's playing it safe, and especially coming after Deadpool, I feel like we're getting a nice track of just movies that are solid. We got Daredevil coming up, Thunderbolts, which I feel like is going to be a hit. I feel like that's actually going to be one of the best MCU movies. But I feel like we needed this. We need this nice stretch of just good content, because I feel like the public eye has gone from, oh, MCU can do no wrong, to MCU is gargling balls right now. And I feel like this is what we needed. We could also needed a 10 out of 10 movie too, but you know. I feel like we needed a good consistent output. And honestly, I was really worried with all the reshoots and stuff and first reactions of like older cuts saying that the movie sucked. So it honestly is a miracle that the movie came out as good as it did. So yeah, I honestly do recommend watching it. It is one of those where I'm like, I would be like, if you don't have the money or you really don't want to go into theaters, you could wait till this one's on Disney Plus. Or wait till it's on streaming. Like, this isn't like one where it's like, dude, you gotta see this in the theater right away. Like, this is one where you can wait till it's on Disney Plus. But I would still recommend watching it. I had a lot of fun watching it. And it took me back to, like, early days of MCU, where you're watching just a fun movie, you know? And I like how it's starting to build up to the Avengers, although it's a little crazy that we're already almost at the Avengers movie, but only now it's like, maybe we should make the Avengers again, dude. The one horridly bad thing about this movie is that post-credit scene. Brother. Why didn't we cut that? Because it's the leader being like, oh, my big brain has predicted there's other worlds, possibly a multiverse. What happens if they come to this world and cause some danger? And that's when he's like, oh, we might need the Avengers. But then I'm like, they're obviously teasing Kang. but they've kind of pushed to where we're not doing Kang because Jonathan Majors is like low-key abusing his girlfriend. So now we're going to pivot to Doctor Doom, but like that post-credit scene still felt like they were teasing Kang, and I'm just like, just cut the scene at that point. Just don't have a post-credit scene at that point, because like, I did watch that and kind of cringe, because even someone in the theater was like, do they mean Doctor Doom? Because like, unless they do have Kang show up, and what I think might happen is I think Kang might show up, but then Doctor Doom comes in and just absolutely wrecks him. And that's how it asserts Doom as the leader. Or maybe Kang is the villain of Doomsday. Doctor Doom comes in playing off as a hero until at the very end he oversteps, takes out Kang, and then becomes the threat. I don't know, but I feel like it's like it's a little silly that we're doing Kang, and I do feel like we kind of have been starting to actually build up to Kang, and now it's like, I feel like the main thing that will ruin the multiverse saga is the fact that they were building so much up to Kang, and then they just threw it out the window, and I feel like if this falls flat on its face, it's going to be because of that. But yeah, also, I get what they were trying to do, but I feel like we needed an Avengers movie to conclude each phase as opposed to a concluding the saga type vibe, because it definitely feels disjointed, and it's like, now we're just building the Avengers, but I feel like we needed those other Avengers movies to feel more like in sync, to connect these characters a bit more. But I'm finally glad we're getting the ball rolling. But yeah, anyway, my general assessment is it's a 7 out of 10. They weren't lying when they said it. Like, all the reviews did it perfectly. Like, it's an enjoyable movie. It's a fun movie, but it's not a movie you're gonna be like, oh my god. Like, this isn't Winter Soldier. I would say that it is the third best Captain America film, because it's not touching Winter Soldier and Civil War. Like, come on, that's out of the question. But those are like, it's going against one of the best MCU films and basically another Avengers film. But I would put it above the first Avenger. I feel like that's another like 7 out of 10 film. But yeah, that's about it. Like, subscribe, check out my previous reviews. Let me know if you mess with this style of video, if you mess with the movie reviews, because then I'll do some more and maybe make some album reviews as well akin to this, or maybe just do other videos where you're seeing me. But yeah, that's about it. Check out my Instagram, MinateXO. You can talk to me there. I do music reviews on my Instagram, so I would just move those discussions into video form. But yeah, I am excited though to see more Sam Cap, and I'm really excited for Thunderbolts. That's the one where I'm like, that's gonna be good, and if it isn't, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you had a wonderful day, and peace.